it's Jen. This is another Jenna Zen episode, but it's not just any old Jenna Zen. It's Jenna Zen, and it's episode 50. 50, can you believe it? Because I love to celebrate. We are celebrating this milestone all week. On Monday, I dropped part 1 of my very first 2-parter, the mom episode. If you haven't already done so, please go back and listen. We had a great conversation about our role as the default parent and some tips for working moms to find better work-family integration. And on Friday, take a listen to part 2, which will continue the conversation with tips for stay-at-home moms who are looking to relaunch their careers. And for any of us, we'll go through how to build our personal brand identity, which I get it. It probably sounds silly to some of you. I mean, you're like, I'm not a celebrity and I don't have influencer dreams. But really, anyone who is looking to relaunch a career, change careers, or even progress in their current one needs to build their brand identity. So we'll walk through how to do this. Then on June 1st, we will launch our summer remix series. In addition to our normal weekly drops throughout the summer, I will be pulling out some best ofs and putting them into quick little 20-minuters, just in case you are like me and could use a bit of reminding sometimes. I don't want you to be forced to go back and search for those nuggets now that there are so many episodes to search through. So instead, I'll find some highlights for you. Look for those starting beginning of June. Okay. So enough with the announcements. Back to why we're here. In these short Jenna Zen bits, I like to give you something to think about, meditate on, and journal about. It has been nearly 8 months since I gave you your first prompt. And as I told you then, it was the prompt that I used when I was restarting my journaling practice. And it is definitely better than my alternative, which was my typical go-to, Dear Diary, you won't believe what happened today. Our very first prompt was, what would I be? Who would I be if I was truly free? This is really a good place to start because feeling free means feeling a freedom from the binds that hold us back and constrain us from being our true, authentic selves. And our true, authentic selves are happiness, joy, peace, and contentment. Because that's what we truly are at our core, underneath the layers of hurt and sadness, fear and worry, anxiety and doubt. It's how we were born to feel. We weren't born feeling anger or envy. We weren't born feeling inferior and judged. We weren't born feeling unsure of ourselves and doubting our abilities. At some point along the way, we learned these things. We began to question our value as a human. We began to see ourselves through other people's eyes. And for some crazy reason, we began to trust their eyes better than we trust our own. We heard someone tell us that we were fat or skinny or smart or stupid or funny or boring or lazy or hardworking or pretty or ugly. And we let that create the narrative that has guided us through every day and every interaction since. Because someone told you in the 4th grade that you were a slow reader, or in the 7th grade that you were good at math, or in the 9th grade that you were going to be a good leader, or in the 3rd grade that you were fat, or in the 6th grade that you were pretty, or in the 10th grade that you were lazy, or you were made fun of for the way that you dressed, or how you talked, or that your lips were so big. Yeah, that one was me. Well, kids of Dunham Elementary School, you can all suck it because people now pay really good money to have lips just like mine. So joke's on you. But over the course of these 50 episodes, I know I have come to realize much more about myself than that my lips are actually amazing, no matter what those mean kids in elementary school said. And I'm guessing and truly hoping that you have too. So today I would like you to think about this. Who are you? How do you feel? Are you close to feeling free, or at least closer to free? I told you 8 months ago that I was at least on the path to being this favorite version of me. And I am very happy to tell you that I am even much farther down that path now. Who am I? Well, I'm still Jen, but this version of me is confident. I feel like I walk into a room now, tall, proud of who I am, confident in my ability to handle anything that comes at me. I smile at everyone because I'm really happy. It's not just a happy type of happy, it's like a content happy. Like I don't feel threatened by others or inferior to others, primarily because I've come to realize that it's not a competition. Remember back, we even said at one point, not only are we not winning or losing, it's not even a race at all. And I think I've always felt to some degree like I was in a competition with like everyone else. But now I see it's not. And it makes me look at others differently because of it. I'm still a mother and a wife and a daughter and a sister and a friend and definitely still Aunt Jen. I'm still a professor, but I'm also a podcaster. Remember, I told you that I struggled to say that? Well, now I can say it easily and with confidence, and it actually doesn't feel silly at all. It feels pretty natural, really. I think the main reason is that I trust myself. I trust myself in this journey and on this path because I've also learned to trust both my intuition and my abilities. Yes, I still have doubts. Duh. I mean, it took me 47 years to get here. I can't fix everything in 8 damn months. But these doubts are shockingly seldom compared to where I started this journey. I told you that in order to be free and my favorite version of me, I needed to free myself from the concepts of perfection and people pleasing, from the desire to constantly be doing the right thing or being who others want me to be. While I still want everyone around me to be happy, and I try to do everything in my power to make things as nice as possible, I can now at least grant myself some grace. So, baby steps. So, at this point in your reframing journey, even if you're newer to this community, we are all here and on this path together. It's kind of weird, right? Because I know that I often feel like this girl at the top of a mountain yelling, hello, hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? I told a friend just last week that it kind of feels like I'm talking into a void. And you probably feel kind of similar, like you're a bit alone out there because you're sitting hearing me in your cars alone or on your walk or in your empty house, but yet you're not. You're going to need to trust me because I do get to see the little metrics. And there's actually this cute community out there, this community of women forming just like you who are reaching these teen years and feeling like they are just able to breathe, even if for a brief second, and wondering what just happened. These years have flown by in like a blink of an eye. It has been a total whirlwind, and now we're not even sure who we are anymore, how we fit in. Well, we're here to figure that out together. So if you are brand new, welcome. You can start your reflections with, what would I be? Who would I be if I was truly free? And if you've been here for a minute, ask yourself, who am I? How do I feel? Am I close to feeling free, or at least closer to free? Because as the Bodines told us 30 years ago, how is that even possible? 30 years? But as the Bodines told us, everybody wants to be closer to free. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you being here today and over these last 50 episodes. Please continue our celebration by sharing the show with others because that is how we will build this community. Reach out on socials on Instagram and TikTok at Reframing Me, and on Facebook, it's Reframing Me, and join the Facebook group Reframing Me, the podcast community. Until next time, be well, communicate, and feel closer to free.